a single mother. And to me personally, I have felt like a single mother since during my pregnancy.
Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So this video we want to talk about Arnell Armon, a popular influencer, beauty hair influencer here on YouTube space and on social media, Instagram and TikTok. She's big, she's well known, and she's also the twin sister to Ashley. So if you don't know about Arnell or know Arnell backstory, which has struck a bigger conversation, Arnell is now a single mother. Sometime last year, Arnell announced that she was pregnant, expecting a baby, and she went on to share a story about how she barely knew her baby daddy and how the pregnancy was more like a single mom journey for her. And since the arrival of our baby, there is this discourse that has been going on social media back and forth about her being a single mom, and Arnell has felt the need to come and address it and clear the air and just tell our own truth and tell our own truth and speak up for ourselves. I find this conversation very interesting because here on this channel we usually talk about how women should claim their power, how women should know that they have the rights and the choice to procreate or not with anybody, and how women should be very intentional about procreating. So I just find this Arnell story a very good conversation point for us to have as women, and also as a learning process, because some of the things she was saying was like, mind you, before I go on with this video, I want to say this video is no hate to Arnell. I love her. I love Ashley. I've been watching Dancing Back on YouTube. So this is just for us to have conversation, okay? So nobody should go twist my word. I love Arnell. I still watch her content and I love her content. I love Ashley too, okay? Actually inspire my blonde hair era, okay? Anyway, let's go check out what Arnell has to say. Then I'll come back and share more of my thoughts.
Typically don't get on camera looking like this, but there's a lot on my mind, so let's talk about it. So recently there's been a lot of discourse about me being a single mother. I first want to start off by saying, if you're just now finding out this news, you're pretty late. However, I don't expect everyone to know me and my personal life. I know some of you guys are new to me. If you are, I'm a single mother. And to me personally, I have felt like a single mother since during my pregnancy. In ways, mentally prepared myself for this based on how things were going during the relationship. But officially, I became a single mother 10 days after I gave birth. My child's father, I would say, abruptly ended the relationship and didn't give me an actual reason. I didn't ask for one. I saw that coming. In fact, I myself tried to end the relationship during the relationship. So it wasn't something I was upset about. I more so was upset about how I was treated afterwards. It's almost like because I didn't respond, I don't know if he wanted me to be like, oh my God, like, you know, don't do this. I had just given birth. I was mentally, emotionally, physically exhausted. I didn't have the capacity to chase after anyone, especially someone who had caused me so much stress and turmoil anyways, that it felt more like a relief to me. But because I didn't respond in the way that I believe he was hoping I responded, so much of what he did after the fact was what made me think like, yo, are you trying to make my life hard? Are you trying to ruin my life? There's so many details that I have not shared in order to not just protect him, but to also to try to keep some peace. But it seems like no matter what I do, no matter how flexible I've been, no matter how chill I've been, there's no such thing as peace when dealing with someone who happens to be how he is. Now, there's been a lot of people talking about, oh, well, this is bound to happen. She barely knew him. I told you guys that. Now, if you did the math and you've been following me, you knew. But I shared that information with you guys. I've held myself accountable for that. I have said, I did not know him long enough before not even just getting pregnant by him, before even sleeping with him, getting into a relationship. I did not know that man or his family long enough before making such a big decision like the one that I made. And I have beat myself up about that time and time and time again. Like, yo, like, how did you... I don't have words for that. What I will say is that being that the relationship I had just ended prior to that one was so bad, I was in no space to be dating anybody. And so when I did start dating him, there were a lot of red flags that, one, I didn't even recognize the red flags, but two, some of the ones that I did peep, I ignored them because, being honest, you guys, he love bombed me so good. It felt amazing. It felt like, wow, like, I remember feeling like it was too good to be true and thinking like, ugh. is this real? Like, I was questioning it. And it turns out that was my discernment that I also ignored and had good reason to question his actions because they weren't real. But I wanted them to be, and I believe that they were during that time. To me, that's still no excuse to get pregnant that soon. However, since sharing this information, there's been many women who, if you've shared your story with me, thank you for trusting me with it, that have expressed to me to not fixate so much on how long I did or didn't know him, because the reality is some men change during pregnancy, after pregnancy. This could happen to anyone. This has happened to people who have known the man they've had a child with for years. And that's not to minimize my lack of responsibility for making that choice. But the reality is, I don't know how much responsibility I could take for it without completely taking all the blame, while y'all forgetting like how some of these men actually are, how a lot of them are manipulative, how a lot of them will intentionally get women pregnant and trap them and switch up on them. It happens time and time again. And unfortunately, because of the platform that I have, and because, that's the only thing I can think of. There's been a lot of people who, it's almost like, I've been doing this for 10 years. Sometimes it feels like there's people just waiting for me to either up or for something bad to happen to me so they could talk about it, because it happens every single time. And right now there's people saying that I've said things, that I've done things, so this is my karma. I want to let you know, if you're one of those people, I want you to look in the mirror and acknowledge what a hypocrite you are, because there's been a lot of people talking about, oh, well, she's made fun of this person and she's said this, and she's done this. Are you not doing the same thing? And so if I allegedly did these things, which I didn't, and my current circumstance is my karma for that, which I disagree with. I don't believe this is karma for anything. But if my situation, if this is my karma for doing these things that some of you guys are saying I'm doing, if you're doing the same thing that you're claiming I did, what happens when you get your karma and it goes viral on social media? Would I then be the bad guy if I say, well, that's what they get for teasing me for being a single mom? No, I can't say that. Because since I have this platform, it's, oh, see, you're a messed up person. Stop looking for reasons not to like people. You don't have to like me. You don't need a reason for that. You don't. And you don't have to follow me either, because there's a lot of people who are engaging in negative discourse about me, saying all these negative things about me, but you follow me. And I'm not forcing you to do that. If you're following me in hopes that you see me fail, not going to happen. If you're following me in hopes that you see me mess up, that probably will happen, because guess what? Just because someone has a huge platform, it doesn't mean they're not a person. I'm not a robot. So yes, I'm going to mess up. I'm 29 years old. I don't know how much time I have on this earth, but I can guarantee you that if I live until I'm 80, from 29 to 80, you don't think I'm going to during that time? Do you not yourself? There's so many people who follow influencers waiting for them to mess up, looking for reasons to dislike them. They don't even realize how much projection they're doing. A lot of you guys project who you are onto me, and that's the reality. A lot of you guys project how you feel about yourself onto me. There's so many people who talk about, well, I think she's actually really mean. You're being mean right now. Stop projecting who you are onto me. What do you want me to say? Do I have my mean moments? Yes. Are there opinions and thoughts that if I shared them, some of you guys would disagree with them? Absolutely. I'm very opinionated. I'm not getting on here for everyone to agree with me either. I do my makeup videos, I do my hair videos, I do my little fragrance reviews, I do my little vlogs, and I keep it moving. I never told you guys to expect perfection out of me. The reason why I share the shitty things I experience, example, what I'm experiencing right now, is so that you guys know that I don't have a perfect life. Everything isn't sweet all the time. You know what I mean? Like, if I could share the good, I could share the bad, and that's what I do. Another thing, there's so many people who express that there's so many influencers that are just fake, like they don't show the real them. I show the real me, and I get criticized for it. Like, what do you want? What do you actually want? I feel like with the internet, like, you guys don't give people any room to grow. Some of you guys do, though, and I appreciate y'all. But you know what I'm talking about? Like, but then you're like, oh, grow, be this person, be perfect. Where's the room to do that? Can I get some room to do it? Anyways, that's a whole other rant. I'll talk more about this, if you guys would like to hear just my experience. I would like to share more, especially here on TikTok. But yes, I'm a single mother. I've been a single mother like I said, for a while now, I think I've done a great job at navigating through this situation that I've put myself in, and I'm gonna continue to do that. And if you're someone that is celebrating this fact or in support of the hate I'm receiving, I don't want you a part of my community, because let's not forget, I'm still postpartum. I'm still going through a lot behind the scenes that I don't share online. I don't want to get on here and see people talking about, well, that's what she gets. I'm going to block you. And I say that because there's a lot of people who complain about getting blocked. Or, why does she block me? She's so mean. You're mean. Stop projecting that onto me. And that concludes my TED Talk.
So guys, please go down in the comment section and let me know what you think about what Arnell said, talking about our experience, our journey, and all that. This video has gotten a lot of people talking. Not just the video, like the situation, our story has gotten a lot of people talking. And I find this conversation that people are bringing up really interesting. And I feel like these are conversations as women, as young women. These are conversations we should continue having. I have so much to say about the story, and I know you do have a lot to say. So go down in the comment section and share your own thought. But let's go hear what other ladies have to say about this. Then we'll come back and talk more.
Oh, excuse my parents, but I wanted to come on here and kind of touch on the stuff going on with Arnell Armon. I just got familiar with her situation maybe like a couple hours ago per her popping up on my For You page. I didn't know that she had a baby. Like, I didn't really know much of what was going on. I really just got updated. I know her through watching Alyssa when I was in my makeup era, as it seems like some other creators also discovered her that way. But ultimately, that's neither here nor there. What's really upsetting me is these women, yes, women, that are getting on this app right here and like finding the need to like talk shit about her situation because she knew her baby daddy for a month and had a baby with him. And I guess their relationship fell apart and she's a single mom now. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know if it's like a co-parent situation. I don't think y'all know either. But ultimately, like, y'all saying some crazy stuff. And like, y'all like, oh, she was naive. Like, I knew she was naive. And like, she just seemed ditzy. And like, really, girl, you got pregnant after a month? Like, no disrespect, and I mean this with no disrespect, but a lot of y'all are here on this app because your mamas was in the same situation. So I'm just a little confused at like why we're attacking this woman, this black woman, okay, because I'm mostly seeing other black women, okay, downgrading this girl because she had a baby. Like, shit don't happen. Like, it could be a one-night stand that a lot of women get in situations where they get pregnant off of. So I don't know, I just find it interesting that y'all you know what it's given? It's given clout chasing. That's actually what it's given, because she got, you know, a little clout, and y'all know talking about this situation gonna get you a little something, and so y'all want to get on here and bash, and I just don't get it. Like, somebody fill me in. Like, what is the enjoyment we're getting out of being like, oh my gosh, she had a baby after a month and now she want to get on this app and be complaining about being a single mama? She shares her life for a living. Like, that's what she does. Y'all sound done. Some of y'all don't need this app, and that's why they banning TikTok.
So somehow I ended up on Arnell Armon TikTok and went down that rabbit hole. Roe v. Wade and giving women choice was to avoid stuff like this. Getting pregnant after a month, having the baby. Like, what? It is, and more importantly, for your child not to be the victim. The only victim in this situation is the baby. But it seems like we have gone backwards. And when I say we, I'm talking about American women. The baby mamas come in every color of the rainbow, and the baby daddies come in every color of the rainbow. And behaviors like this, and the random guy in Atlanta, it's like, ladies, these are beautiful women. These are women who are educated and have jobs, and, you know, professional women. And it's like we're almost going backwards with the my body, my choice. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we're being so careless with our reproductive power. And that is very, very concerning.
So, as a single woman, two children, because in nobody's world am I classifying myself as a baby mama, I want to speak on the Arnell Armon and Queen Leora's situation that everybody is giving their input and their opinion on, and also baby mama, baby daddy culture, because a lot of y'all have lost y'all damn minds, and I think I want to help you find it. I feel like the problem and the issue within our community is that we focus so much on shaming the mothers who y'all deem stupid enough to have gotten pregnant by men that they didn't know or men that they weren't in relationships with long enough. And I'm not even going to say that you're wrong. I'm not going to say that that's wrong. Okay? Because like Arnell and Leora, many of us are openly transparent about the fact that we did not know the people who we were dealing with long enough, in depth enough before we decided to have children with them. In no way am I disregarding or taking that accountability off of the women. But I feel like within our community, there is too much emphasis put on the women who stayed, the women who are actively raising their children every single day. I think that in itself is the accountability, right? Because let's be clear, you don't have to stay and raise those kids. You don't have to keep the kid. You don't have to do that, right? You could be like my mom and choose to have someone else raise your kid because you don't feel like you can handle that responsibility, right? But that's not what many of us do. Many of us take on that accountability, and we are raising these children. We are there every single day, every minute, every hour, every second of the day. And instead of shifting the focus and the narrative to these men who create broken homes, these men who are not active are present in their children's life, these men who think that all they have to do is send some money and they've done their fatherly duties for the month. When are we going to start having those real conversations? When are we going to start holding the men accountable? The men who chose to leave, the men who chose to switch up, the men who chose family, other women, other women's children over their own flesh and blood. I think that's the biggest problem. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I really feel like as a black community, that's why we will never be free. Because we tend to think that the bulk of everything that has to do with our struggles, us as a community, y'all want to put that on the backs of women and not hold the men accountable. Y'all be having the wrong debates. Is it that how could she be that stupid? How could they be that stupid? Or why would that man create a child and then leave it? How can we as men do better by our children? Y'all having the wrong conversations. And then to the point of y'all who get on here and want to, that would never be me. I could never do nothing like that. That would never be me. That's beautiful for you. Kudos to you. And as someone who does not advocate for a baby mama, baby daddy culture, because I am a single mother, I don't advocate for that. It's not cute. And I think almost any single mom would agree. It's not cute. It's not easy. It's not fun. That's not something that you advocate for. But y'all that come on here and try to lift yourselves up by putting single mothers down, baby mamas down, how is that you being any better? You're not uplifting your fellow sister. And then y'all are the same ones who want to silence single women when they come on here and they be vulnerable about their struggles, when they're vulnerable about what they're going through, when they are vulnerable about their mental health, when they're being vulnerable about the fact that they don't like waking up every day and having to tend to another being other than themselves all day. When they complain, when they're crying out for help, you tell them that some things ought to be kept to themselves, that they should shut the I say that shit louder and with your whole chest, because it is not until we are really open, real, raw, honest about the struggles that come with being a single parent can we truly, truly, truly create change. And I think because
I agree.
our generation, I'm a millennial, born in 93. I think because our generation, because of reality TV and it like 16 and pregnant, right? Like, because of reality TV, it gave us a different perspective because we got to see the reality of it versus growing up with parents and in households where the struggles of being a single parent was never talked about. So you go into it very naive. You think that it's just a walk in the park, that it's just easy, that you as a woman, you're born to be a mother and bear children, so it's going to be easy. But they don't tell you about all of the struggles. They don't tell you about the sleepless nights that are never ending. They don't tell you about being overstimulated, because a lot of our parents had the ability to be able to drop, when they didn't want to be bothered, they could drop us off to a family member, to our grandma's house, to our aunt's house, to our cousin's house. So I say, as a single mom, keep coming on here being raw, keep coming on here being vulnerable, keep coming on here crying, keep coming on here telling your truth, keep talking that shit, because whether you realize it or not, your story, it matters. It makes a difference. It's shifting and changing the narrative. There are more women out here who see the other side of it, and they're choosing to not become single parents. They are choosing to not walk that path. And that's what we want. Keep talking.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this conversation. If you think that, there should be like, people should keep on talking about, like, why would she even go get pregnant for a man after just knowing the man for just a month? Or people should give her more grace. The mistake has been done and all that. And even how coming to address it. What are your thoughts about this? Feel free, share your own thought down in the comment section, but please keep it respectful as always. You're on the channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way, so feel free, share your thought. So here's my own thought on this conversation, is that I'm like this, but I get the fact where people talk about, give her grace and all that. She needs to be given grace. The deed is done, okay? So where should I start from? I don't know if I should come with it or calm down first, but I'm going to give the two part of it, okay? But first of all, I want to start off to say that, you know what, Arnell is a girl that I watched and I've supported for a long time. She and her sister. So none of this comment or we talking about this is to bash her or to drag her down or to beat her now that she's done and going through a struggle. That is not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video, like the other sister said, is to educate more women so that more women can recognize the reality and make a better decision for themselves. And Arnell, yeah, she made them. And one thing I'll give her for our own video is that she owned up to the role she played in what she did. And for me, that is the first step to healing. Because when you recognize where you messed up and you recognize your problem, where you made the mistake, where you fumbled, your healing process started and you start learning a lot of things. And one thing I've come to realize is that a lot of women, especially younger women, and they are pregnant or they get pregnant and they come to older women or people older than them, which it has happened a couple of times to me with my sisters, younger friends, and you tell them that, why do you want to have this child? And they're like, and you tell them, like, you know what, you're not ready, I don't think you should have the child. It's almost like they don't listen. It's almost like And I get where that one is coming from. It comes from a place where society has glamorized these things, and society make it seem like it's a better option for you to just have the child, even though the situation is not right, or the situation you have with this person is not right. It's better off to have the child than to another human being. That's it. It's a sin. They'll give us this old religion back and forth. And what they don't tell us, what they don't tell younger girls, or what younger girls don't realize, is that when the child comes, is a different reality. Especially the person you choose to have your child, which is a very crucial part to how your life is going to pan out. Because whether you like it or not, you're going to deal with that person for the rest of your life. Even though the person is absent or not absent, the person will always come up one way or the other in the conversation that has to do with you, because you share a seed, a child with this person. So for people that wants to have kids and all that, and this is why I have this type of conversation, and I'll keep having this type of conversation, is just be very intentional. And I do applaud Arnell to coming out, sharing her story, and being honest about this. A lot of women will lie about this and cover it up and just da 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 da. You won't know. You won't know. Because one thing about social media and social media influencer is that if they want to keep something secret, they will keep it secret. She doesn't have to come here to tell us that, oh, she barely knew the guy for a month and all that, and talk about her mistakes and where she fumbled. She could as well keep it all to herself and move on, and that's it. But I do appreciate her, she coming to share the story, because another young girl out there will see it and identify with it, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think this is a good idea. And I feel like the more we keep having this type of conversation and realizing this, I feel like it's really striking the nerves on a lot of younger girls that are thinking that that's the only thing to do as a woman is to have children, or to feel like they can settle for less, or they feel like, oh, okay, now that I'm pregnant, I have to do this. I get it. Like, I feel like it's sinking into their head. And also, like Arnell said, it's not even a matter of just not even knowing the guy for just a month. That doesn't, like, it matters, but it also does not matter, because we've seen people that have 10 years relationship, 15 years, 20 years marriage and relationship, and things, the man still switch up and the man still did rubbish and they end up breaking up. So it's not a guarantee. For me, this is why I always say, as a woman, be very intentional about how you choose to live your life, how you choose to, if you want to have children, who you choose to have children with. Be very intentional and always put yourself first, and always ask those difficult questions. Don't just do it because society expects it from you. Also, that's just the society pattern and wave of how things are done. Ask yourself, how does this thing benefit me, and how does this thing improve my life? If it does not, and don't just see it with the old glamorized, like, oh, it's baby, you're cute and all that. Listen to other people. Listen to people that are sharing the story on that path that you think you want to go, and ask yourself, is this what I really want to do? Some of you guys, and I have sisters, I have beautiful sisters, which I spent the Easter holiday with them, beautiful sisters. And I remember my sisters, they all have kids, okay? Apart from my last sister. They all have kids, and not they all have, most of my sisters have kids, okay? So I remember I was having conversation with multiple of them, and I was like, I know you love your kids, and I love them. They're my nieces, they're my nephew. But if you can take this back, won't you take it back? And the answer was yes. And that doesn't take the fact that they don't love their kids. And when you're telling the younger ones, they don't listen. And if you know you're a youngster and you're living your life as a woman, especially as a black woman, always put yourself first. Having kids, being with a man, is not the way it seems. It's not the way society glamorizes it for us. It's deeper and more complicated than that. So the first thing I will tell you is that go heal your trauma, know who you are and what you want. Because when you know all this, you're able to spot out the red flags and all those things. And when someone is not for you, you realize it and say, okay, it's not for you, and you move on with your heads up. Get your finance straight. And a lot of women, we don't come to have it. I know, yes, we all want the soft life, somebody to take care of us. If you want somebody to take care of you, you have to take care of yourself. And I'm of the opinion is that why would you expect somebody to do something for you that you've not done for yourself? I don't know if I'm making sense. Like, if you've not shown yourself so much love, so much grace, why are you expecting another person to do that for you? So that's why I would say, get your bag up, take care of yourself, love yourself. Should Arnell be given grace? Yes, she deserves it. For her coming to share her story, I give it up to her. But for people, I feel like you can have this conversation and let her know where she messed up, or why will you have da 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 da. And I feel like you can have those conversations without you being disrespectful to her, or try to call her names, or try to say, oh, she's dumb and all that. Whether you like it or not, she's 29. Whether you like it or not, we've all been dumb at one point in our lives and all that, and wish we could take some certain things back. So for us to beat another woman down and say because she made a certain decision that didn't sit well right with us, we have to call her dumb, she's not smart, she's pick me. No, she doesn't deserve all that. Okay, so anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section, but please keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a respectful way. Go on and share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl. With that all said, guys, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.